Hello students, this is the next video on aptitude, and in this video we'll be learning indices, surds and logarithms. First of all, we'll start with indices and we'll go on to the properties of, or you can say laws of indices. Okay, then you all will be aware of these things, these laws. Just to remind you, if it is written a to the power m into a to the power n, then you can write it as a to the power m plus n. Right, these powers will get added when the terms are multiplied and these have to be same. Okay, then if it is written a to the power m divided by a to the power m, then it will be a to the power m minus n. Then when it is in division, the powers get subtracted. Okay, then if it is written a to the power m to the whole power n, then you can write it as a to the power m into n. Fine. Now fourth one, these are very simple. You all used to you all use these properties in your daily practice and all. These are quite easy things. If it is written a into b to the power n, then you can write it as a to the power n into b to the power n. Okay, if it is written like a into b to the power n, then you can write it as a to the power n into b to the power n. Similarly, when it is written like a upon b to the power n, then you can break it as a to the power n divided by b to the power n. Same with if it is written like a to the power 0, it is nothing but 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Okay, then if it is written like a to the power x is equal to a to the power y, just note this thing, this is same here, then it implies that x will be equal to y. Okay, so for x to be equal to y, the thing required is this must be same. Okay, then next property if we talk about, let us say eighth one, then if it is written a to the power minus m, then a to the power minus m is nothing but 1 upon a to the power m. Example, if it is written like 4 to the power minus 2, then this is equal to 1 upon 4 square. Okay, same with a to the power minus 1, which is equal to 1 by a. Okay, this is all we used to study in indices. These are the properties and what type of question they used to ask. Let us directly move on to those questions. Question type from indices. Okay, so let us take first example. First example is 9 to the power 90. This is given equal to 9 to the power 9 into 10 to the power 10 into 9 to the power p into 10 to the power q. And you have been asked to find the value of p and q. You have to find the value of p and q. Okay, so what we'll be doing is 9 to the power 90 can be written as, sorry, it is 90 to the power 90. So 90 to the power 90 can be written as 9 into 10 to the power 90. Okay, 90 can be written as 9 into 10. Okay, now here 9 to the power 9 into 9 to the power p, I have taken this here, this property here, into 10 to the power 10 into 10 to the power q. Now a is same. Okay, so why I did this, 9 into 10 to the power 90 will be equal to 9 to the power 9 into 9 to the power p will be 9 to the power 9 plus p into 10 to the power 10 plus q, the property which we have studied in the first property, a to the power m into a to the power n will be equal to a to the power m plus n. Okay, now as per the fourth property which we have discussed, what fourth property, a into b to the power n can be written as a to the power n into b to the power n. Right, 9 to the power 90 into 10 to the power 90, we can write it as like this. Then it is equal to 9 to the power 9 plus p into 10 to the power 10 plus q. So on comparing, we'll get 90 is equal to 9 plus p, and also 90 is equal to 10 plus q. So from here you get p is equal to 81 and you get q is equal to 8. This is where we use laws of indices. We have used the property fourth here and the first property here, and we find the answer. Okay, this is where it is the use of indices. Now let us take one more example. Let it be 3 to the power 6 into, it is given 8 to the power z, and this is equal to 36 to the power 3, and you have been asked to find the value of z. Okay, and how can you solve this? 3 to the power 6 into 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3 to the power z, and 36 can be written as 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2 to the power 2, which is 4, into 3 to the power 2, which is 9. So 9 into 4 is 36. Okay, then it can be written as 36 to the power 3. Right? Why I have break this into 2 and 3? Because in left I have 2 and 3. So in right also, if I'll be having 2 and 3, then I can easily compare. Okay, now this will be equal to 3 to the power 6 into 2 to the power 3z. This is equal to 2 to the power 6 into 3 to the power 6. Why 6? 2 to the power 2 into 3. 3 to the power 2 into 3. Right? So on comparing, you'll get 2 to the power 3z is equal to 2 to the power 6, and 3z is equal to 6. So z will be equal to 2, and this is your answer. And this is the use of indices properties in our aptitude. Okay, so you'll be getting C simple kind of questions only. Just you have to remember these properties so that you can use these properties directly to find the answer. Okay, now move on to the next term, which is surds. Okay, what is a surd? Root 8. This is a pure surd, and if it is written like 2 root 2, then these are known as mixed surds. Okay, this is what is a surd. Now, as we have the properties in indices, we have properties in surds also, laws of surds. Okay, first property, if it is written like under root a, it is n root a to the power n, it is written, and you can write it as a to the power 1 by n. Okay, root we used to write it like this, power the value present here on root. Okay, this comes here, okay, to the whole power n, and this is equal to a only. Okay, so whenever it is written like square root a of 2, a square root of a square, then you can write it as a to the power 1 by 2 to the whole power 2, which is nothing but equal to a. This is first property, right? Then second property, if it is written like n a b, then you can write it as n of root a into n root b. This n is not the n term. This is not n root b. This is the n present here. Okay, like cube root of b. So this 3 is here n. Okay, this is n. So n root ab can be written as n root a into n root b. Okay, for example, if you say, I will give you one example also. Cube root of 2 into 5 it is given, and you can write it as cube root of 2 into cube root of 5. Okay, this is the second property of surds. Then move on to the third property. If it is written like n a by b, then this will be equal to a divided by this one b. Okay, now fourth property, you have to remember these properties only. These indices, surds, and logarithms, all these three things, they are basically dependent on the properties only. If you know the properties, you can solve the answers. You can get the question. You can solve the questions easily. Okay. Fourth property is, if it is written like n to the power m, then it will be equal to under root of n a to the power m. This m can come inside the root. Okay, this m which is the power, this m can come inside the root. Fine. So one last property we have, it is written like a, this is p, then again root, which is n, let us say, then again root, and this is m. Then we can write it as a, m, and p. By multiplying all these three, we can make it as 1, and we can write it like this, which is equal to a to the power 1 divided by m and p. Okay, so these are the 5 properties which are important when we are talking about the surds. Let us move on to the question type now. You see, these are very easy. I'll provide you these properties in the notes also. Just learn these properties so that you'll be able to solve the questions which are on indices, surds, and logarithms. And the questions are very direct like this. Find the value of 32 divided by 243 to the power, let us say, minus 3 by 5 given. You have to solve this value. How can you solve? 32 upon 243 to the power given minus 3 by 5. You can write it as 32. You can write it as 2 to the power 5, right? 2 to the power 5 is 32, and 243 you can write it as 3 to the power 5, and to the whole it is given minus 3 by 5, right? So 2 by 3 to the power 5. This 5 is common. to the whole power minus 3 by 5. Okay, this 5 will get cancelled out, so you will be getting 3 by 2 to the power 3. I have just reversed this thing to remove the minus sign. Okay, so your answer will be 3 to the power 3, which is 27, and 2 to the power 3, which will be 8. This is your final answer. Okay, so what I did first, I have tried to remove this 5 from here by taking the 32 as 2 to the power 5 and 243 as 3 to the power 5, right? And after that, then I reverse this 2 by 3 as 3 by 2. I've taken the reciprocal to remove the minus sign, and then I got this as answer. Now the next type of question is this, which I'll be telling you a small short trick for to solve such kinds of question directly. If you have given under root 7 plus 2 root 10 and you have to find the value of this surd given, okay, then you can write the value directly as root 5 plus root 2. ठीक है, कैसे लिखी है वैल्यू मैंने, how I have written this value directly. The thing is, first of all, the first important step is that the question must be in the form of a plus 2 root b. Okay, this is a plus 2 root b. Okay, if sometimes they used to give questions in a different form, then try to convert those questions in this particular form of a plus 2 root b. Then the second step is nothing but what you have to do, the term in the root, you have to choose two numbers. You have to choose two numbers such that which when multiply will give the term in the root, the term which is under root, and when the two numbers get added, the term will be this. Okay, so I have chosen 5 and 2. So when I multiply 5 and 2, I'll get 10 here, and when I add 5 and 2, I'll be getting 7 here. Okay, so you can write the answer directly for such kind of question. Just you have to think about one thing, that first thing is the question must be in the form of a plus 2 root b, and second step is that the number which is present inside the root, the two numbers must be chosen in such a way that they must multiply to get this number, and they must be add to get the number present here. Okay, multiply to get b and add to get a. Okay, now let us take one more question so that it will become more clear to you. Under root, if it is given like 12 plus 2 root 11. Okay, this is in the form of a plus 2 root b. Now I have to choose numbers which must multiply to get 11 and which must add to get 12. Certainly there is only one number possible here which is multiplied to get 11, that is 1 and 11. 1 and 11. So our answer will be under root 1 plus under root of 11. Okay, under root 1 is nothing but 1 only. So 1 plus root 11. This will be our answer. Okay, this is how we used to solve such kind of questions. Now let us move on to let us take in fact few more examples which are a bit different from these simple ones. If you have in question, let us say under root 7 plus 4 root 3. Now as it is clear from the question, only that this is a, let us say this is a, okay, but here this is b, but it is not 2. So what we need is, first step is we have to convert this question in the form of a plus 2 root b under root. Okay, this must be the question, this under root must be there, a must be there, 2 must be there, under root b must be there. Okay, to make it in this form, what we'll do is 7 plus, we'll just give this 2 inside. Okay, then 2 is left, and when this 2 goes inside the root, then it will become 4, and 4 into 3 will be 12, right? This 2, what I did is 7 plus 2 I have taken, and I have sent inside the root. So into 2, if I'll be writing and I'll be sending 2 here, then it will become 4, because square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so into 3, so I have written here 12. Now it is in the form of a plus b root 2. So I have to choose two numbers which when multiply they'll get 12, and which when add they'll get 7. So it's very clear the two numbers will be under root 4 plus under root 3. When you multiply 4 into 3, you will get 12, and when you add 4 plus 3, you will get 7. So this is our answer. Root 4 is nothing but 2 plus root 3. This is our final answer. Okay, these are the types of questions on this particular thing. Now what the maximum change you can do, they can do is for such questions is like, let us take one more example. is one last example on this. If it is given x is equal to 3 plus under root of 8, okay, this is given in the question, then you have to find the value of under root x plus 1 upon root x. We have seen such kind of questions. Now under root x will be nothing but under root of 3 plus root 8, right? So what we have to do is we have to convert, to write the answer directly, what we need to do, we need to convert this question in the form of a plus 2 root b. Okay, so what we can do is under root a plus, to convert 8 into 2 root b, 8 is nothing but 2 root 2 only, right? 8 is 2 root 2, na? 2 into 2 4, 2 into 4 8, 2 into 2 4, 2 into 1 is 2, so 2 root 2. 8 is 2 root 2. Now it is in the form of a plus 2 root b only, and what we need to see is that we need to choose two numbers which when multiply will get 2, which is 2 into 1, and when get added it will give 3. So the answer will be root 2 plus 1. This is the value of root x. Okay, now we have converted root x into a simple value. Now it is easy for us to find the value of root x plus 1 by root x. Now in place of root x, what will be writing? Root 2 plus 1 plus 1 upon root 2 plus 1. So and to solve such kind of question, what we need to do? We need to multiply it by root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2 minus 1. We need to multiply by taking a negative sign here, okay, in the numerator also and in denominator also. Why we did that? Because now root 2 plus 1 plus, this is root 2 minus 1, and this will be a plus b into a minus b, which is equal to a square minus b square, and this will be 2 minus 1, root 2 square will be 2 only, so it will be root 2 plus 1 plus root 2 minus 1. This is nothing but equal to 1, so here 1 will get cancelled out. Your answer will be 2 root 2. Okay. This is the use of the property, the short trick which I have given to write this particular kind of questions, which is under root 3 plus under root 8 in an easy form. Okay, this is the use of that short trick. Okay, right, this is the previous year question only, where the value of x given, the last question only. Okay, now there's another kind of question in which you have to find the greater value. You have to find which one is greater out of the two values. Okay, two values given are 2 to the power 30 and 3 to the power 20. Okay, to solve such kind of question, the only aim you have is to make the power same, to make the power of both the terms same. How you'll be doing this? You'll do this as 2 to the power 3 to the power 10. This is nothing but 30 only, 3 into 10, and here also you can do 3 to the power 2 to the power 10. This is only 20. Now the powers are same, so you have 8 to the power 10 and 9 to the power 10. So you have to compare basically 8 and 9. So certainly you know that 9 is greater than 8, so it means 9 to the power 10 is greater than 8 to the power 10, and so 3 to the power 20 will be greater than 2 to the power 30. Okay, this is how you solve such kind of questions. What we have to do is we have to make the powers same. So when we make the powers same, then it will be easy for us to compare directly these numbers. Since the powers are same, so what we have to just see that which number is greater. Okay, this is how we can solve such questions. Let us take few more examples on this. Example 40 to the power 2 by 3 and 30 to the power 3 by 2 given. Okay, then what is our first step? Our aim is to make these powers same. How will we be doing this? 40 to the power 2 by 3 given. What I can do is I'll multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, and similarly here 30 to the power 3 by 2, I'll multiply by 3 and divide by 3. Why I did that? Because I know that 3 into 2 is 6 and 2 into 3 is 6. Okay, so I can convert the powers into 1 by 6. Okay, now it is equal to 40 to the power 4 by 6 and 30 to the power 9 by 6. Okay, now 40 to the power 4 I have taken inside and 1 by 6 outside, and here also 30 to the power 9 I have taken inside and 1 by 6 outside. Now the powers are same, so we can compare directly 40 to the power 4 and 30 to the power 9, and it is clearly visible that 30 to the power 9 is greater than 40 to the power 4. Obviously बात है, बहुत ज़्यादा value होगी है. Okay, so it is very higher than that value, so it means that 30 to the power 3 by 2 is greater than 40 to the power 2 by 3. Okay, so your aim is to just make the powers same. As soon as you make the powers same, you'll find your answer. Okay, now let us take one more question on this. If it is given like 0.8 to the power 2 and 0.8 to the power 3, and you have to compare which one is greater. So for values given between 0 and 1, okay, for all the values which are between 0 and 1, the short trick is greater the power, lesser the value. ठीक है, for all values between 0 and 1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, 0.4, 0.8 up to 0.9, ठीक है, the values between 0 and 1. So as the power increases, this power, the more the power, the lesser the value. It means that 0.8 to the power 2 is greater than 0.8 to the power 3. You can write directly. Okay, as I said, the more the power, the lesser the value. Okay, the one with less power is greater than the one with more power, and this happens only when the values given are between 0 and 1. Right, now there is one more type of question on this. If it is given like, you can take it as a note also, you have to compare, suppose A and this is P, and this is Q and this is B. Then to compare these terms, these kind of question, you just have to just compare, instead of compare these values under root, just compare A to the power Q and B to the power P. Take this Q here and take this P here and remove the roots. Okay, let us take example so that it become a bit more clear. 50, this is cube root, okay, and you have to compare square root of 30. Square root, so we can put 2 here. Okay, so what I said, this is A, this is B, this 3 is P, and this 2 is Q. So A to the power Q, A is 50 to the power 2, and you have to directly compare 30 to the power 3. Instead of comparing these roots value, this is a short trick to compare these two values. Okay, and it is very clear that 30 to the power 3 is greater than 50 to the power 2. You can directly know this. It means that under root 30 is greater than cube root of 50. Okay, this is your answer. So to compare such kind of question, what you can do is, instead of comparing the roots, you can just make this power cube of A and just take this P to the power of B and then compare. Okay, so it will be easy for you. Right, and now there is one last kind of question on Surds, which is for A and B greater than 3 and A less than B. We say, if we need to compare, then we can say that smaller number, whichever small A is smaller than B, so it means smaller number to the power higher value is greater than higher number to the power lower value. Okay, what I have written, let us take one example. If it is asked to compare 51 to the power 52 and 52 to the power 51, this is A, this is B, and both these A and B are greater than 3. Obviously 51 and 52 are greater than 3. Then we can say that smaller number to the power higher value, smaller number which is A, since A is less than B, smaller number to the power higher value, which is 51 to the power 52 higher power value, is greater than the higher number to the power smaller value. It is greater than higher number to the power smaller value, 51. Okay, so you can write this directly by following the above rule. Okay, for such kind of questions, you can write the answer directly without any without solving anything, without any calculation. Okay, smaller number to the power higher value is always greater than the higher number to the power smaller value. Okay, this is one last kind of question on Surds. Now let us move on to logarithmic. Logarithmic is nothing, you all know the properties of logs. I just need to remind those properties, and then you'll be using those properties by solving the questions. Right, first one is, if it is written like log m into n and it is written base a, this is equal to log of m base a plus log of n base a. When multiplied given, then we can add the two values. Okay, second log base 8 m by n. When division is given, then log of m base a minus log of n base a, right? Then third, if log of m to the power n given for base a, then you can just n will come behind log n log m base a. This is a very important property. Most of the time you'll be using this property only. N log m base a. This n will come before log. Then fourth one is log m and power is now in the base a to the power n. Then what you can do is 1 upon n log m base a. Okay? When power is in the base, then it will be 1 by n. When power is in the value, then n comes before as n only. Okay? 1 by n log m base a. This is the fourth property. Okay? Now the fifth one, if it is given like log b base a, then it is nothing but log b base n divided by log a base n, where n is any natural number given. Okay, it is given in the question. Log b base a will be equal to log b base n divided by log a base n. Okay, now if it is written like log x base a, then it will be equal to, you can write it as log x base a, you can write it as 1 upon log a base x. You can write it like this. Okay, you have taken the reciprocal and you have changed the position of the base and the value. Okay, now the seventh property. After this, if let us take one example also so that you don't get confused. If it is like log 5 base 2, this is equal to 1 upon log 2 base 5. Okay, this is the example for this particular sixth property. Fine. Now the seventh one is, if it is written like log b base a into log a base b, this is equal to 1. First of all, b base is a, then it is multiplied by a when base is b, this is equal to 1. Okay, then the eighth one is log a base a, you know this is 1. Then ninth one is, you know that log 1 base a is 0, log 1 is 0, this is also you know that. Okay, and the last property, the 10th property is, if it is written like a to the power log of x base a, if it is written like this, then this is nothing but equal to x. Okay, this is base is here and a is here only. Okay, so a to the power log of x base a, the value will be whatever given here, it is x. Okay, for example, if it is given like 5 to the power log of 3 base 5, then this is nothing but equal to 3. Okay, and there is one note: when nothing is mentioned in the question, when base is not mentioned in the question, then it is taken as, अगर क्वेश्चन में कुछ भी नहीं दिया है बेस की जगह and nothing is mentioned, then it is taken as base 10. Okay, when nothing is mentioned, then take it as base 10. Okay, now these are the properties of logarithmic. Now let us take few questions. You just have to know these properties only, you can solve all the questions on logarithmic. In fact, for the surds, indices and log, the only thing is you should be aware of the properties. If it is given log x base 8, this is equal to 2 by 3, and they asked you to find the value of x, then what you can do is, this is nothing but x is equal to, you can take this 8 here, 8 to the power 2 by 3, right? Then 8 to the 8 is nothing but 2 to the power 3 to the power 2 by 3, this 3 will get cancelled out, this will be equal to 4. This is your answer. You can take this value here and then it will become the power, okay, and then you can solve. Right, now let us take one more simple example and then we'll be over with this indices, surds and logarithms. If it is given a log 2 base 10 is given as 0.3010 and you have to find the value of log 5 base 10. Okay, then how will be finding out? Log 5 base 10, you can write it as log of base 10. 5 you can write it as 10 by 2. Okay, now m by n. When it is division, you can write it as log 10 base 10 minus log 2 base 10. This is the property we have discussed. Now log a base a is nothing but 1 minus log 2 base 10. The value is given in the question, 0.3010, and so your answer will be 0.6990, and this is your final answer. So this is all we have in logarithmics, indices, and surds. Just go through the properties. I'll provide you the notes also, and I'll provide you the practice question. Just see the properties. Okay, you'll be able to solve each and every question I'll be providing, or you'll be getting in any examinations. Okay, so thank you for watching the video.